wildlife policy was passed by Cabinet in 2013, Madam Speaker, so the mandate for sustainable wildlife management is undeniable. It is fully within the Ministry's powers to declare certain measures now to help address these threats. Action does not have to wait for new legislation. And I want to appeal to the Minister of Planning, because I understand Environment has now gone back to that ministry, to look at these pieces of legislation with urgency and bring it forward to the Parliament. The draft bill indicates that the sale of the wild meat, unless it is farm-raised, will not be permitted under the new legislation. Clearly, this means that the state acknowledges that the sale of meat from animals caught in our forests and swamps is not sustainable or desirable. It also runs counter to suggestions that commercial hunters have a right to personally benefit financially from a national resource. To this end, we believe that a moratorium on the sale of wild meat should be implemented immediately, as this will serve as a useful measure for curbing commercial poaching until the new legislation and controlled wildlife farming can be brought on stream. And these were some of the plans that the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources had for the term. While some of the more vocal hunters will argue otherwise, the reality is that the bona fide recreational hunters also agree with the banning of all wild meat sales. A ban on commercial sales would help to alleviate the pressure from commercial hunters and poachers, and this would allow for significant benefits to wildlife without alienating recreational hunters. Freshwater habitats have disappeared dramatically since the collapse of the rice industry, and the pressure faced by the freshwater birds are significant. Madam Speaker, the species, of course, were included in that piece of legislation, so I will not mention to identify the species. But I will also say that the Field Naturalist Club of Trinidad and Tobago continues their good work, and they are also saying that they call for a moratorium on the sale of wild meat, a ban on all of the hunting of all waterfowl, ducks, and other large marsh birds, and a ban on the possession of our native seed-eaters and seed finches. And this is all included in that piece of legislation that is there for the Minister of Planning to bring to this House. In addition to that, Madam Speaker, I also want to quote again from